King Zulqarnain's conquest. Zulqarnain was a pious man, a worshipper, and a slave of Allah who ruled both East and the West at the same time. Prophet Khizar was his counselor and possibly his cousin too, according to Al-Ghazali. Zulqarnain was given by Allah a wide range of skills and abilities, including military prowess, art to lead countries, and significant practical knowledge in many areas. He was also a devout and faithful Muslim who spent his days traveling from one location to the next in order to create justice in the region and ameliorate the suffering of the people. Note: many people mismatch Zulqarnain with Alexander the Great, who was an idol worshipper. Very few narrations named Zulqarnain as King Sikandar, Alexander, of Persian Empire, but the literal meaning of Zulqarnain is possessor of two horns, as the horns were a common way of expressing the strength and the power of a king at that time, so Zulqarnain could be his nickname, but not his real name. Well, Allah knows it accurately. The first quest, sun setting. He followed a route until he arrived at a location where he discovered the sun setting in the dark and gloomy sea. He saw certain people living in oppressive conditions there. At that point, Allah addressed him as follows: O Zulqarnain, either punish them or treat them kindly. He rescued the innocent people from injustice, imposed retribution on oppressors, criminals, and evildoers, and supported the helpless and oppressed ones until justice was restored in the nation. He said to the people, "As for those who believe and do good, they will have the finest reward, and we will assign them easy commands." The second quest, the rising sun. Upon his army continuing the journey, they reached East, a place against the rising sun. He discovered people who were backward and illiterate, living in the open without shelter or sun protection. There, he taught the locals what they needed to conduct. He shared and passed his knowledge to them, teaching them necessary skills such as carpentry and agriculture, before continuing on his next mission. The third quest, Yajuj Majuj. Continuing his journey, he arrived upon a mountainous terrain where people couldn't communicate in his language. However, residents begged him to assist them in getting rid of Yajuj Majuj, Gog Magog. Yajuj Majuj were fierce tribes of battle-hardened warriors. They caused a huge degree of worry and trouble for the locals who lived there. King Zulqarnain assisted them by creating an iron and molten copper barrier between Yajuj Majuj and the population. According to the Quran and prophetic ahadith, the wall barrier built by Zulqarnain will cease to exist until the Day of Judgment. Moral lessons. Establish justice according to Quranic principles. Support the good and oppressed ones. Resist the evil and evildoers. Govern with gratitude. Show mercy to your subordinates.